Hello everyone and welcome back to Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour. I'm your host Bdobosch, and today we're going to have a nice 18 at Wolf Creek. It's been a while since I played this. It's been a while since I played this course. Since, when was it? I don't know, 2013? When was I living there? It's a very good question.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour.
EA Tour?
Today we're here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action out on the course. And Frank, what can you tell us about Wolf Creek?
Well, it's a mesmerizing layout. You can see from above, Rich, in amongst all these sort of canyon areas and boulders, and I've never really seen a golf course like this. It's like Disneyland for the golfers. It's phenomenal, and each hole has a totally different look. It's hard to imagine you can build a golf course in an area like this.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good.
That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
It can't be that good.
Another great shot.
This is a good-looking shot. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Settles in over the putt.
Down by 2 foot. It's really steady though. I'd say it's down like here. I hope so. He's trying to read the putt and it can't. This is no. Let's see like this. Yeah, like this. And hopefully that's very good.
Kind of a tricky read.
For a cool bird.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. -1, meaning early going. Frank, you need to be a bit of a rock climber just to get to this second tee. 445-yard hole. What a view.
Look at this. Down by 111 foot. Hit it slack, no park. Let's see where this goes.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
The shot. It's up by 10 foot. You can't only be behind it. But a little bit to the left.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie to open. Now on to the first of the short holes here at Wolf Creek. Uphill shot, Frank?
Yes, it's going to play a little longer because of that. Then it's 227 yards off the back tee. Hard to imagine you have a par 3 in amongst this desert. And really, that's all it is. Tee and green. There's not much in between. Well protected, as you can see by those bunkers. And this green a little smaller than what you'd like for a hole that's around that 230-yard mark.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
A little tiny bit of movement. Off by 2 foot.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. And he's putting for par now. With authority, count it, as a par and 2 under. Here at the fourth, 383 yards from the back tee. It's a dogleg right, but Frank, looking at all of those bunkers, you could really make a mess of this hole if you stray.
You can. That's why you've got to simplify it. Just something there that's going to find the fairway. Even like 3-wood and a wedge, that's really all this hole's going to require. Avoid the canyons on the left and in the desert, as well as just, I don't know how many bunkers there is on the right side. So a little bit of fairway up the left, find that there, and really you should be looking at a birdie putt.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Good looking shot right here. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. How about this hole, Frank? Par 5, fifth.
If you stand on this tee for the first time, you've got virtually no idea where you've got to aim. Do you aim it left of those bunkers? Do you aim it over the sort of the canyon? Really, the answer is how far do you hit it, because that is going to determine the line that you hit it on. Avoid the water, that little stream, but you can always have a drink on the way if you want to, I guess. Second shot plays uphill, but this is a relatively short par 5, so very reachable. But you can see you've got to flight that second shot. You want to make sure that ball's coming in nice and high to this green that's perched up.
Frank, what's it going to take here on this approach at the par 5?
Well, some people might actually try and bounce it in between those two bunkers and run the ball up on the green, but personally, I'd try and actually take a hybrid or something with a little bit more loft and try and fly the ball. Take those two bunkers out of play.
On the green in regulation. And getting ready for the putt. Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. Here at the 6th, 447-yard par 4. Pretty good hole, Frank.
Yeah, probably a layup hole, too, for the longer hitters. Something out there around the 280, 290-yard mark to make sure you don't go it in the stream. Obviously, it's a dogleg right, as you can see. The canyon on both sides is sort of well-defined, so you know where not to go. Second shot plays a little bit back up the hill to a green, once again, that's anything other than flat. It's fun. You've got to make sure you get that ball on the right tier if you want to have a birdie putt here. Second shot.
So we're not getting, we could get full power out of this.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Will make birdie if he holds this putt. Dropping like dominoes out here. 6 under par and another birdie. Now on to the par 4 7th hole. Is this a reachable par 4, Frank?
Distance-wise, you would think so, but the designer has done something to avoid that, and it's put all this water in front of the green. It would take a mammoth tee shot, and it's something like 300 yards through the air if you're going to try and even drive this green. Is the risk worth it? Well, if you're just playing with your friends, maybe it is. Otherwise, you just lay it up, just past those those bunkers on the right and the left. Get it down there on the flat. A little pitch, you would think is simple, but because of the slope of this fairway, chances are you might not get a flat lie, and that's going to make that second shot that much harder.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Par 3/8, 248 yards down to the green. What a hole.
Yeah, maybe you put your two hands together, make a little prayer. You might make two, but make 3 here and run to the next tee. This is it's just a gorgeous par 3, but it is tough. Every bit as tough as what it is pretty, as a matter of fact.
I like the looks of this one. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A 3rd straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Really has a feel on these greens. That is another birdie. This is impressive. Set to round out the front side here at Wolf Creek with a par 4.
Fun hole for the big hitter, too. They can really take advantage of this. The last fairway bunker down there on the right side is just over 300 yards to get over it. and longer hitters could nearly drive it in the greenside bunker on the right. So just tee it up there. You're playing desert golf for a reason. Enjoy it. Just have a little flick in here and chance too to have a little birdie at the end of your front nine.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Shut up.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Didn't.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
This is why people do not hear commentators.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Bit of a shot.
Excellent looking shot here. Beautiful rhythmic swing right there, and right down Peachtree. Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot.
Good straight one.
Safely on deck.
Well, that's how it's done. The approach shot is within 10 feet, and another good look. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
4 inches, man. Whatever way I hit this is good. It's just going to roll.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
On to the 11th hole, we're looking downhill, 215 yards to the green.
And this is one of the holes that you realize you're at Wolf Creek. You would never see this hole anywhere else in the world. It's amazing when you stand on this tee. You see all of the canyons around, but there is a little green area down there surrounded by a couple of bunkers. It's a great-looking par 3. It measures 215 yards. Very playable, and you never know. Today might be the day where you make birdie.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does.
Down by 11 inches.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Now to the par 5, 12. Pretty big hole with a really big green.
And a really good blue area to the left, called water there. That's to be avoided off this tee, that's for sure. A good drive that avoids all of that. And then the hole is certainly reachable, but as you can see, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power?
Just pulverized that golf ball.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways.
After that good tee shot, Rich, it's time to take full advantage of it.
And this is one where he can really go after the whole location and maybe think about making birdie. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
Really.
Oh, for an eagle.
This is an awkward length.
Frank a little too amped up trying to make eagle there.
Oh, well, you don't get the opportunity every day, Rich, so can't blame them for that. Birdie's the consolation prize.
You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count. And that is 9 under for the day. 13th hole here at Wolf Creek, and Frank, anyone can say, oh, I'm going to take this one over the trees. But very few can stand up and say, I'm flying this baby clear over the mountains.
Yeah, if you take the direct route, obviously it's going to be much shorter than the 350 yards that it's measured as a dogleg right. So the direct line, well, I don't want to tell you the exact yardage because it might give you too much of a clue, but it might be worth taking. It's going to be a blind tee shot, though, and you're not quite sure on the outcome. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
It's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
93% of it.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Something like this. That's what I'm thinking.
Always two components to the long lag, but the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
That is a kick in the balls. The golf balls.
That's a bogey.
No.
14th hole here at Wolf Creek. Time to pull out the driver and as well the phone because you want to take some pictures here. What a spectacular view.
Stunning. You can see a whole panoramic sort of 360 degrees right around this golf course. Then when you flick back and actually look at the 14th hole, there's 6 bunkers, 3 really in play with the tee shot, as you can see, the other 3 just up by the green. Anything to the right of those is preferred, unless you want to be playing your second shot out of the canyon or the bunkers. Green should be fairly receptive, and 3 distinct portions, which is sort of a common trait here at Wolf Creek. That's sort of 3 different tier levels and that. But let's see, birdies are to be made at Wolf Creek, maybe even one here.
Good club.
Good looking shot right here. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Let me see. One night.
I mean, this is just an incredible round of golf. That is an 8th birdie on the card. Now to the par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, this is the shortest hole on the course.
And their version of a postage stamp type hole, minus the bunkers on the right side. Green elevated, falls off as you can see down the left side. Club selection is vital, but it is such a short hole. It's very, very tempting, especially when that flag's on the left side, to still go at it. But you miss this green on the left, and you are going to be considerably lower than the level of this green. Just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
I will settle for a par very happily.
9 under for the round. Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, another good scoring chance.
If you can avoid the confusion off the tee, it looks like the hole might be a dog leg, then is it a carry? It meanders from one way to the other, but really when you actually break the hole down, it's virtually straight ahead. There's 2 bunkers in driving distance. They frame the hole nicely, so play it as a straightaway par 4. It should set up beautifully for just a little short iron and perhaps a birdie opportunity. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, downhill shot here. Will he have to take it just a little bit easier?
Yeah, be careful with the ball position as well. If you play the ball too far forward and try and scoop it, it's not going to work.
Hold on. No. Back. not putting. No. Full. No. Sub down. Sub down. Really? Right, I'll go for a choke then. I'll go for a punch then. You're joking me.
Rich, it's a different challenge today. The weather is so day-to-day out here, and when you get a breeze like this that's kicking up, you really have to sort of change your approach to playing these holes.
It looks nice out there, the blue skies, plenty of high sunshine, but it's a challenge because those winds have really freshened up. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Not helping it at all. Down by 6 inches. I'd say he's fine for the pace for that.
This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt.
Beautiful putt, please.
Frank, you licking your chops here at the par 5, 17th hole?
Oh, why not? A chance to reach a par 5 and 2, but there's still pitfalls in front of you. A little creek or stream runs across the fairway, so really limiting the distance you can hit that tee shot, but it's still reachable from just short of that creek. Find trouble off the tee, then obviously you turn it into a 3-shotter, but a good tee shot, and it's too tempting to resist not going for this green.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, actually.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face. And a good chance for birdie. Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, you couldn't hit that much better.
So a tester from 4 feet. 2 in a row. Right in it.
It's not true.
Now the closing hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, what's ahead of us?
You could try and drive at this green, but there's too much trouble, really, Rich. Even though this hole's just over 300 yards, it's very ambitious to try and drive it across that water. Some might try. Most people try and hit a tee shot 240, 250 yard mark. Do the math, you're only going to have 60 or 70 yards in, and well, they want you to finish on a good note. So good drive in the fairway here, or 3-wood. Pitch it on the green, make a 3, and buy your friends a drink in the car.
What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4, in 1.
Give it a second, see if you can read the putt. It says it can. I kind of don't believe it. Way too hard. Stay on the green, stay on the green, stay on the green.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A 3rd straight birdie.
This is the
Some
second
good playing.
last hole. What's he on about jump starting the round? Oh, seriously.
Maybe a misread right there.
I was not a... You're joking me.
He has this attempt for par.
Get in the
Just
hole.
an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Good man.
Frank, just some great golf here today.
Yeah, that's a round to remember. Not often you play that well and you feel like you were head and shoulders above the rest of the field.
What a thrill to watch. And for Frank Nobilo and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
Guys, hope you enjoyed this round of golf. Catch us next time for the next one. I'm not sure which one I'm going to play, but it won't be a repeat. If you enjoyed, follow, subscribe, like. If you didn't, my bad. But either way, guys, thanks very much. I'll see you on the next one. All the best. Goodbye, good night, good luck. See you there.